Good morning, everyone. How y'all doing? It is your girl, your diva in knowledge, Lady Mocha, representing Mocha's Cafe de Paris. What's up? As y'all notice, I changed my profile picture. Had to switch it up a little bit. I took this picture yesterday, so had to just switch it up or whatever. All is well. But hope everybody's having a good Wednesday. I'm really excited. What's up, Nolan? 267 Technologies T193U. See my same people who have been attending my church since day one. Y'all are still faithful congregation members. Thank you. All is well, y'all. All is well. I'm excited because my daughter is getting her cap and gown today. So got to pop my collar for that, that I got a black daughter who has graduated from high school, no babies, no juvenile record. I'm telling you, I'm grateful. I'm grateful. I'm telling you, because when I went to the graduation yesterday, I was amazed to see how many young black folks, how many the young black youth that was graduating. It really had touched me, because I'm telling you, it's not a lot of black, young people that are doing something positive with their lives. So, when I see all of these when I saw all of those young black men getting all the awards for most high academics and all of these other great things, I'm telling you, it was really, really awesome, because the black community, we don't talk about stuff like that. All you hear on the YouTube streets is a lot of negative stuff about what black folks ain't doing, what black folks need to be doing. It's never anything positive. So when I saw all of these black kids, young black women and young black men graduate, and I'm telling you, it was awesome, because these young people, they are up against a lot out there. And if you are a parent, you can totally understand that is not easy, raising a young black man or raising a young black woman. They're getting in all type of situations. They getting pregnant, they going to, getting locked up, going to prison and stuff like that. So anyway, big ups to all of my parents out there who got children that was able to graduate. I'm telling you, if you got a son or a daughter that graduated, you did a damn good job, because a lot of these kids is off the meat rack, they off the chain. So if they graduated, that means you did something right. Appreciate that, T193U. But without any further ado, I wanted to get down to this content. I want to talk about these thirsty individuals that are working in a correctional facility center. I just find it amazing. I know I'm not the only one, how we keep hearing stories out there about how officers are getting caught messing with inmates in these facilities. Now I'm hearing a lot of females and men, but I'm gonna start with the females first. I'm hearing a lot of these females, and I know a girl personally. She was in the police academy with me, and she was doing really well. She was one of the few that was passing and acing everything. I mean, she passed the firearms. She passed the evoc course. For those who don't know what evoc is, that's emergency vehicle operations course. That's when you have to drive the damn the police car around a bunch of cones that's like so close to each other without knocking over one cone, and then you have to drive the whole course within like 3 minutes without knocking over one cone. But I'm telling you, talking about some pressure. Oh my goodness. But yeah, it was a lot of stuff that you had to do, and she was so close to graduating. Um in a police academy. And the way it works is, when you apply to a certain agent, they will send you to the police academy, and they'll sponsor you, they'll pay for you while you are in the police academy, because the police academy, it costs us money. So that's what these police departments do. And basically you are under contract, meaning that you, if you quit the police academy and they have already been paying for it, you got to pay all that money back. So just keep in mind, if you decide to apply as an officer to a department and they put you in the police academy, you better off getting fired or terminated, or there's an error. Like if you fail a test, it's better to flunk out. That's what I'm saying. If you're going to be in a police academy, flunk out because of a test, flunk out because you couldn't shoot worth a damn or something like that. But when you quit, you know what I mean? That's, you got to pay all that money back to the department. And I didn't want to pay all that money back to the department, because the police department fronts all your uniforms, fronts all your material. They issue you a gun. They give you all that stuff. Well, the gun, you got to give that back because it belongs to them. But they issue all these supplies and equipment. So when you quit, it's been time and money invested in you as a police academy student. You got to pay all that stuff back. So I'm like, I'm gonna flunk out instead of me quitting, because I don't have no money to pay back somebody. And what had got me was my marksmanship course, which was the shooting. You needed a I think what you need a 340 to qualify, and I think I was at a 3. So I kind of struggled in that area, because I was struggling with my sight alignment or whatever. So anyway, so they ended up suspending me, and they told me I needed to work on my shooting skills. Once I progressed in that, I can always go back. So at least when I left on a good note, not because they caught me doing something stupid. So if I'm gonna fail, let me fail earnestly, not because they caught me doing something dumb. So that was the only issue with me. So what I've been doing is, I have to invest and buy a 9 millimeter. I'm kind of stuck between the 9 and the 45, which one I want to practice with. But anyway, that's what I'm working on now. I'm going to go ahead and invest in getting me um a, a a Glock. Yeah, a Glock. So I could practice a lot more. That way I can go back to the academy. Now that my daughter has graduated school, I can go back to the police academy now. I done made sure my daughter's straight. She done graduated. I'm kind of glad I did not go right into law enforcement right away. Because I would have missed out on a lot of positive things with my daughter. But now that she's ready to graduate, now that she's gonna graduate, I can go and pursue my I can go pursue my career with law enforcement, God willing. Also, that's the key, parents. You make sure your children are straight and you get them through school. You can finally live your life, and you can live for you and do what you need to do. You know what I'm saying? So anyway, that's a whole nother story. But back to this academy thing, right? So it's a couple of us, in the cohort. It's like military. It kind of operates the same way. You got to make sure your boots are shiny, your belts and everything is in alignment and all that. You stand up every morning, whatever. Anyway, I'm all over the place. Let me get to the damn point, because I'm doing too much rambling. She was close to graduating. It was only down to 2 weeks because I got suspended from the police academy when it was down to like 3 weeks because I had a problem. Like I said, I had a problem with my shooting, my side alignment, and they just told me I needed to practice and work on that a little bit more, and I can just come back and pick up where I left off. You know what I mean? Because it was 11 weeks, 12 weeks. Some police academies are 18 months. This one was 12 weeks, and I'm glad it was no longer than that because I got worn out. They make you exercise. They make you run. It's a lot of stuff you got to freaking do in the police academy. What's up, Gab Talk? Appreciate you for coming in this morning. So anyway, I noticed because what would happen when we was in the police academy, your department, they'll come and check on you. They will whoever the recruiting officer was that was over you, they'll come in and check by, make sure you passing the classes, making sure you're doing what you're supposed to do. You know, they'll drop by. So the police department that sponsored me and put me in the police academy, they came by to check on all of us, me and like it was like 7 or 8 of us or whatever with the department I was with. They'll come and check by on us. So it was nothing new for all of the people who are in the police academy. Their agency will come and check and snoop on them, make sure you passing your classes and stuff. So this particular day, this police department came to check on one of the officers who they had who they were sponsoring. So we knew something was up because it just didn't look right. 2 of them came in there to visit one of their officers. So I'm like, what's up, Poetic Chaos? Good morning. That's one of my dogs there. She's part of my non-ratchet movement. So yeah, big ups to Poetic Chaos this morning. Appreciate your presence. So what happened was we all sitting down in a class, while we're in the police academy. We're all sitting in the class, we watching videos and all this other stuff and everything. So we wonder why the heck is 2 people coming here to visit 1 officer. That was already a red flag. Something wasn't right. Well, long story short, the corporal, lieutenant, or whoever that was over the police academy, he comes in our classroom and we all looking like, oh shit, because we knew something wasn't right for him to just want to bust up in the middle of the class. I said, oh boy, somebody did something. So anyway, they called her by her last name because like the military, they call each other by last names. So she goes or whatever, and he tells her, you need to collect all of your things because you won't be coming back. You won't. No, he said, yeah, he said you need to collect all your things because you won't be returning. So we already knew something was wrong then. So sure enough, we could see from the glass window. We couldn't hear the conversation, but we knew they took her in the office and talk to her, whatever. And sure enough, we seen her leave in the police academy campus with her books and everything. So we knew she had gotten terminated. Something was wrong. So anyway, I found out from one of the other people that was in the police academy with me at the time that basically she got terminated and from the police agency because she got caught messing with another inmate. So I guess the word got around, or I don't know if the inmate ratted her out. I ain't sure how that went, but basically she lost her position in the police academy. So I'm like, wow, I noticed this does happen a lot. If y'all listen to the news, y'all watch YouTube, you hear every day, all day long about officers getting caught messing with inmates. And my thing is this, especially when it comes to females, I've heard a lot of horror stories. What's up, Juniper? Sorry, y'all, I had to warm up my coffee. Yeah, I've heard a lot of horror stories where female officers are getting caught sleeping with inmates in these correctional facilities. They're going to bed with these dudes. I mean, they're doing all type of disgraceful things that are against the badge. Now, one thing I don't understand, I really don't understand how females and men, but it's more females that's doing it than men in the law enforcement. Do y'all realize all the hell you got to go through to become an officer? Why would you want to risk and ruin all of that by sleeping with an inmate who 9 times out of 10 got a record from here to Venezuela? And my thing is, if you get caught with this inmate, they don't have a pot to piss in or a window to throw it out of to to help you in the event you lose your career. Just me being in the police academy, the few weeks I've been in there, it was an eye opener that officers go through a lot of crap to become officers. It's not just handed to you. There's a lot of hard work involved if you want to become an officer. So it's just not one of those things you apply and you put in your application and they call you back and they automatically put you on the street. I had to take so many tests, physical tests, mental tests. It was a lot that I had to deal with. I had to get psychiatric counseling. They wanted to make sure uh um I wasn't crazy and all kind of stuff. I'm like, I mean, they came to my house to interview my house inside my house. They interviewed me at my house to see how I live. It's just a lot of stuff you got to go through to become a police officer. So I don't understand how anybody's willing to lose a career in law enforcement over some wood. Yeah, that it is a felony, Juniper. It's a straight felony. They tell you when you're getting ready to become a police officer, that's one thing you are not allowed to abuse your authority. You cannot step outside of that badge and do all kind of unethical and participate in any type of unethical behavior. But back to the issue at hand. The point that I want to make is that you cannot be a thirsty individual and work in a correctional facility because you're going to get caught up doing all kind of inappropriate things that you shouldn't be doing. What's up, Beyond? Yes, Lord. Exactly. I work in the law enforcement, but can say, okay, yeah, I got you, I got you, I got you. Absolutely. I totally agree with that. So I know you see what I'm talking about all the time. At all time. Now, this is not to say that all officers are corrupt because all officers are not corrupt. They respect the badge, they respect their job. They take pride in the badge, so they don't participate in all kind of foolery and unethical behavior. They don't participate in that type of stuff. But it's a lot of females who work in corrections. Now, corrections is different from regular law enforcement. It's a form of law enforcement. Let me say that. There's a difference between working the beat on the street, and then there's a difference between working in corrections, meaning the prisons or the jails. Now, when you're in the streets, it's a different scenery. The dynamics are different because you are not going to run into the same people too often, unless, yes, poetic, they do, unless it's like one of them small country bunking towns, like those small counties, then you'll run into the same people. But like if you're working like a municipal, um I got my words all screwed up this morning. Like, but when you're working like the city type areas, very rarely, like the urban areas, very rarely are you going to run into the same criminals, or you're going to run into the same people that often. So the temptation is not as strong when you're an officer. Now I feel like sometimes, especially if you're an officer and you're um working for different agencies within law enforcement, like you're working for DEA, the drug enforcement. There's some temptation in there because I ain't trying to be funny, but you see all that drug money, what you bringing home, what, maybe 1,500, maybe. No, I'll say the average officer probably brings in what, every 2 weeks. I'm just throwing out numbers, y'all, like 2,200, 2,500, something like that. Especially if you came in with a degree, like I came in with the master's degree, so they was willing to start me off at 23 an hour just on my degree before I even got an academy or whatever. But um well, no, when I got an academy, it was lower. But once I would have passed the academy, just based on my degree alone, I was already going to get a pretty decent high in pay. So, working on the street is a little different because, like I said, you don't run into the same people. But when you work into a jail facility, you have a constant encounter with these inmates. What's up, Shar? What's up, underrated? Gel B must be some kind of meat to risk everything you have to go through to get. That's what I'm saying. It's not worth it. So my thing is, when you are a female, and I'm telling you, you know, low self-esteem women, you can't work in no jail facility. I recommend, if you are thirsty, if you're a thirsty dude and you not getting laid on a regular, you don't have, you know, a woman or something, and you see all these inmates, you know, these female inmates around you. Because let me tell you something. Female officer working in a correctional facility, inmates don't always look like inmates, okay? They don't always look raggedy. They don't always look bummy. Some of these inmates look hella fine. Some of these inmates, they look good. Okay. They be not cut nice and lean, got nice six packs from working out in that rec yard. I'm just saying. What's up, Law Movement? Good morning. Good to see you. I was just watching one of your videos this morning before I logged on. You gave some good content on social media. I'm gonna finish watching it when I log back off. Some of these inmates look really good, okay? And if you are a woman, you're not getting your prescription filled on a regular, and you're around nothing but men day in and day out, and you don't have a man at home, or you got low self-esteem issues, these guys are going to try you because they smart. They got all day to sit there and study you. They could smell a thirsty woman from a mile away. Hell, the average man could smell a thirsty woman from a mile away. Half of you men in the chat room, you know a desperate woman a mile away when you see one. No matter how attractive she is, no matter how pretty she is, men can smell when a woman is desperate. I don't care if she's wearing red bottom Louis Vuitton stilettos. I don't care if she's rocking the most expensive Michael Kors Coach bag. A man can smell a low self-esteem, thirsty female. He could smell her like a pit bull from a mile away. Yep, Mug, I know. I know y'all can, because women, we're not even being discreet about it. So that's the thing about it. So imagine inmates. An inmate can smell a vulnerable, lonely woman who's a correctional officer. They are smart. They know how to con and talk real sweet. And if you a desperate woman and you ain't getting no attention, let me tell you something. You could look like Shrek. You could look like Shrek. You could look like Wolverine. You could look like a rhinoceros. But let me tell you something. Them dudes been in jail so long, any booty look good to them. They'll tell you anything just to be relieved so they can get something out of you. Because you got to realize these guys been locked up for years. You ain't got to be fine for them to lay with you. You ain't got to be fine for them to try to hit on you, and that way, you know, they can get something out of you. Because again, these dudes, they haven't been laid. There's not other women in the facility, so you as a female correctional officer, you're going to be the main target. And that's like, they don't care how you look. If as long as you have a vagina, a man is a man. It was an inmate. You dealing with pit bulls and heat, okay? So, if you are a woman, you're not that attractive, and you already not getting no attention at home, or you don't have a man. As soon as these good-looking inmates holding conversation with you, and conversation starts off small, they smart. They not gonna hit on you right away and be like, what's your number, they smart and clever. These inmates know they got to work their way into you and mentally play with you just to see where your mindset is at. And if you are weak and gullible and thirsty, and you up there, you you laughing and you cheesing with these dudes, they already know they got you. They already know it. You can't entertain stuff like that as a female officer. You can't do it. Now, Beyond says, I have a friend who works at a correction officer, and he hates working in the female facility. He said they're nasty and try to tempt you all the time. Oh, I believe it. Them thirsty females and them old gut bucket heifers with long, extensive criminal records. Half of them have been in there for prostitution and all kind of stuff. I bet they do. Oh, what? Thank you, Juniper, for the $2 donation. Appreciate you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Every little bit is a blessing. So I really appreciate it. Thank you. That's the thing about it. Uh you know, you have to as a female, you can't work in that type of line. You can't work in that type of field, and you are gullible, and you have uh weaknesses, vulnerabilities, because dudes, these inmates that are in the facility, they are going to work on you. You cannot work up in there if you are vulnerable, or you love attention. Appreciate it, Juniper. Appreciate it as always. Thank you. Thank you for your support. Like I said, anything is a blessing. I ain't one of them ones over here. If you ain't donating to my channel, I got to kick you off my panel. You're not welcome here in my chat room unless you're paying some donations. I'm telling you, some of these content creators, they'll boot you just because you ain't paying no damn donations. If you're a real man, you're a real woman, you're gonna donate to my channel. If you don't donate to my channel, you a simp, or you a simpet. Let me stop being messy. You're being messy, Mocha. That's what you're doing. Stop starting shit. I'm telling you, Mug, you with these big old dictionary words. Look, bro, I just got my second master's. And that was already a headache. I don't want to even go back to school. I don't even want to open another dictionary. But you know what? Only because you are one of my loyal subscribers, I look at every dictionary word you tell me to look at. I'm telling you, Mug is going to make me study. I'm tired of school. I do not want to go back to school. Once I got my second, that's it for me. And for anybody who say getting a degree ain't shit, the devil is a lie. Getting a degree is everything, because it ain't easy. Everybody ain't college material. I'm not bragging. I'm not saying you all of that once you get a degree. But what I'm saying is getting a degree is more than just I'm a college student. What it shows is that you have dedication and that you have tenacity, because it's not easy being a college student. Everybody not fit for college. Some people would drop out. It's a lot of tests. It's a lot of damn essays. It's a lot. Everybody's not built for college. So for people to knock degrees, I have a problem with that, because the thing is, what a lot of people don't realize is, first of all, as black men and black women, we already have so much odds against us, and we're already told that we're lacking being educated, we're lacking knowledge, we're lacking wisdom. Black men and black women, we already have to prove that we are different from above the rest. So I find it discouraging when you have people that try to knock black men or black women who have degrees and basically try to tell you your degree nothing. I can't speak for everybody else, but my degree is everything to me, for the simple fact that that's the only thing that I have really stuck with and never quit, because everything I've ever did, I quit. When I worked on a certain job and it was too much, I would quit. But that's the one thing I can say I stuck with and never gave up, was that in my marriage, because I've been married for 19 years. But those two things made me realize how strong I was. So for people to knock women and men who trying to be educated, that I don't think that's cool, because my thing is, as long as somebody's doing something positive, that's all that matters. Would you respect me if I was a woman who was dumb as shit and didn't know nothing, wasn't educated? It's like, damn if you do, damn if you don't. If you get an education, they'll tell you you ain't nothing because you got an education. If you don't have an education, then they'll tell you, oh, you dumb, you not smart, you ain't educated. Which one? So it's like being a black man or a black woman, damn if you do, damn if you don't, because somebody's going to try to knock your accomplishments. You got a degree, they'll tell you getting a degree ain't nothing. And if you don't have a degree, Then they'll say, "Oh, you a dropout. Oh, well, you're not educated." I'm like, that's why you got to live for you, because somebody gonna always try to knock what the hell you doing, especially if they didn't get a chance to do it. If they didn't get a chance to do it, they're gonna try to knock everybody else who out here making boss moves. But anyway, that's besides the point. Let me get back to what I was saying about these females in a correctional facility. Um, Oh, okay. I got you, Mug, in school right now for this. Oh, okay. That's amazing. That's good, Mug. That's good. Industrial maintenance. Shit, that sound like that's a hard course right there. Wow. I'm impressed. I'm impressed. Good luck. Good luck on your future endeavors. I'm glad to hear because I know what it's like. I've been in college since my daughter been 6, and she just she's going to turn 18 this month. And I just got my degree last year. I've been in school for almost 14 years. So for somebody to say that ain't shit, having a degree, the double is a lie. Who else ain't everybody else gonna have the tenacity to hanging that out long with something? You get what I'm saying? So anyway, people are a trip. Okay, Shaw, I appreciate you for your presence. Thank you. Um, Absolutely, I agree, Mug. Yeah. So, being a female, we've we've heard all the horror stories about female officers that are getting caught um having relations with inmate. Let me see. I know it's a story. Inmate impregnates female officers. Okay, we've heard all the different horror stories about female officers that are getting caught. They're doing a lot of underhanded stuff um in these correctional facilities. They is banging these dudes in a prison facility. And my thing is, what's up, Art? You should be looking to welding. Yeah, welding is good money. I could recommend anybody. If you're going to go to school for a trade. Don't just go to school to get a degree in a certain concentrated area. I would recommend a trade. Welding, truck driving. It's better to go for a trade, I promise you. Because when it comes to all these careers, it's kind of like rolling dice. It's better to pick up a trade. I'm trying to get my daughter to get into a trade. But yeah, when it comes to these correctional facilities, what females got to realize, when you start having sex and relations in these correctional facilities with inmates, and you messing with one inmate, you don't think he's not going to go back and tell the other inmates that he's breaking you off, that he's screwing you. And you know what happens? It gets out of hand, because what happened is another inmate would approach you and say, yeah, I heard, you've been breaking my boy off, you've been messing with so and so in cell block 25, blah, 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 whatever, whatever. Um, if you don't give me some, I'm gonna report you, and I'm going to tell your sergeant that I know you sleeping with blah blah blah. If you want to keep your job, because I know you need your check, because you wouldn't be here if you didn't need the money. You wouldn't be here if you didn't need the income. So if you don't give me some, I'm going to report you to your sergeant. And what are you going to do when you're in that position? What's up, cool gent? What are you going to do when you're in that position and you know you got bills to pay? You know you got rent. You know you got mortgage. You know you got car note. And this inmate is telling you, I'm going to rat you out. Now, it's easy because I know most women would be like, oh, well, I would just be like, I would have to quit, whatever, whatever. But my thing is, it's easier said than done. When you know you got mouths to feed, because there's a lot of women who put themselves in that situation and said, oh, I would never do, I would never do, I would never do. You don't know what you will really do until you get in that situation. So the best thing to do is to not even put yourself in that situation. Okay, Ambion, thank you. I appreciate your $10 support. As always, you always support me and rocking out with me. So I appreciate, I understand you got to go to work. It's early. So thank you. And again, I appreciate your support, Ambion, always. What's up, CC Rose? We have two female welders. Yeah, it's a lot of females that are getting into a lot of welding and a lot of um the big thing here is we have a lot of females that are longshoremen. That's where the money is here. We have a lot of longshoremen. Them the ones here in Savannah where I live at that's making bread. What's up, Raw L? Used to be a teacher because I heard horror stories about young hoes coming out, grown men, black teachers. Oh yeah, you can't pay me to be a teacher. I agree with you on that, Raw L. I would never become a teacher. That I don't. Because these students they constantly trying you and you cannot put your hands on them. I don't even think they pay teachers enough to go through what they going through, to be honest with you. But I agree. So these female, like I said, well, I know y'all heard the story about the four female prison guards in Baltimore that became pregnant by the same inmate. It was like four female officers all was exchanging, they all was renting the same penis. They all was renting and sharing the same penis and make it so bad it was an inmate penis. This was not somebody who was who had a good job, who was making, you know what I mean? Like it wasn't even somebody worth the value. How you have four female officers all getting impregnated by an inmate, and then they said make it so bad. These female officers, they was beefing with each other. They was beefing with each other. They was arguing, getting into it over an inmate penis. I'm like, really? But see, that's why you can't be a lonely woman and work in a correctional facility, because when you're not used to getting attention from a man, you're not used to attention. These inmates are smart. They got all day to study you. They got nothing but time on their hands. They watch you, they analyze you. Inmates are not dummies. They're just criminals, but they're not dumb. They know how to study you and watch you, and they can tell if you're the type of female you hold too long of a conversation, you smiling in their face too much. You got to watch all the stuff like they touching up on you or brushing up on you, stuff you don't think is wrong. As an officer, you cannot let stuff like that slide. You cannot work in a jail facility and you let these dudes be in your face too much. They holding long conversations with you. They're always coming over to your station. If you keep letting little stuff like that slide, next thing you notice, dude done got you in the headlock. He already got your panties pulled down in the janitor closet somewhere. So you cannot work in a facility. I've seen too many vulnerable female officers lost their job over messing with dudes in the prison. And they already tell you before you even work there, you go through this weeks of orientation, because becoming an officer is not like applying for Walmart or something like that. You go through a long, gruesome process, and they will tell you that's one of the main commandments of being an officer. You do not mess with the criminal. You don't step outside of your jurisdiction as an officer. You cannot sleep with these inmates. These females be knowing it and they do it anyway, because these inmates have game. They got game. They wasn't always just inmates. Half of them was pulling women in the streets before they even became inmates. You know what I'm saying? So every guy that's in jail is not a dumb dude. They smart. A lot of them just got caught up, was at the wrong place at the wrong time, or they slipped somewhere. So you got to be careful. What's up, Great? Good morning. Oh, appreciate your presence. Yeah, I heard that also with no child support for y'all. Okay, Mug, you a trip. Yeah, so I've seen they, like I said, with this Baltimore. Now, these female officers, let me tell you how dumb they were. It was four of them. It was four female prison officers. They all got pregnant at the same time. Two of the women had the inmate's name tattooed on their bodies. Now, if that's not no ratchet, low budget bull crap, I don't know what that is. Now, what female officer would do something like that? He then they said, now this was the inmate. He showered three of them with expensive gifts, including cars and money, jewelry. So this inmate had so much pull. He was still able to shower them with gifts and money on the outside, and he was breaking all of them off in the prison. That's sad. And what ended up happening was these women who got pregnant. First of all, you automatically lose your job as an officer when you get caught participating in unethical behavior. You're in a correctional facility and you get caught screwing these inmates. That's an automatic termination. There's nothing you can say to redeem your job. You can forget it. Exactly. Exactly, great. You can forget it. There's nothing you can say to save yourself because they already tell you up front. They already tell you the rules, the regulations, and there's a policy. And as an officer, you are held to a higher standard. You cannot get away with stuff like that, and they don't nail you to the cross. Now we had a situation here in Savannah, Georgia, in one of the Chatham County jails in my location, where a counselor got caught banging one of the inmates. She lost her freaking license to be a counselor. And counselors in correction in prisons, they make good money. That's actually what I wanted to be. I really wanted to be a counselor more than an officer in a correctional facility because I like talking to people and I like inspiring people and I like encouraging people. I really wanted to be a counselor in a correctional facility. And you got to get licensed to the state courses and stuff you got to take to do that. So the stuff people got to go through to get in law enforcement is just not worth it. It's not like applying for a regular job. If you mess up, you lose everything. And anytime as an officer you get caught up in a scandal like that, it's just as bad as being AWOL, being charged, being given a dishonorable discharge as a military soldier. That stain follows you forever. Whenever people pull up your job references, even if you don't put it on the paper, even if you don't tell people you've been an officer, because you don't want people to pull up that you've been fired, they're going to find out that you lost your job because you were participating in sexual relations with other inmates. Yeah, so great. You must be remember that story. It was terrible, man. All of those females were charged. In addition, with 25 people, they faced federal charges. And they come to find out, as the investigation went on, they found out it was 13 female prison guards. Now, how inmate got that much juice? Where he banging every female officer. That shows you the desperation that some of these women are, the level of desperation that some of us have reached as Black women. You don't need to be working in a facility full of men. If you are vulnerable, if you are gullible, if you are thirsty. Now, there's been some cases in which some male officers have been caught too, messing with female inmates, because as an officer you have such an advantage to prey on inmates. You do, because of the authority. So that's the reason why once you get caught as an officer participating in this type of behavior, that's why you are penalized so severely. Anytime you have a career, ladies and gentlemen, anytime you have a career where you are given a certain amount of authority, if you are a teacher, if you are an officer, if you are a pastor of a congregation, any type of position where you have authority and you misuse that authority to get what you want, you sleeping with underage people, you sleeping with your clients that you're not supposed to be sleeping with, you will automatically be terminated and lose everything you got, because you were already notified from the beginning that you cannot do this. So if you're doing it, it's because you're trying to be slick. And once they catch you, they are going to give you the axe. That's why you have some teachers who done lost their job sleeping with underage young boys or underage female students. You cannot be an authority and do that. Even if you are, let's say, even if you are the caregiver of a person that's mentally retarded, do you realize if the state finds out you are sleeping with your client that's mentally retarded and you taking advantage of that person with that condition, you're going to be stripped of your whole, all your nursing license. You're going to be stripped of everything. Even if you're over somebody that's elderly, you're a caregiver, somebody that's elderly. These are just examples that when you are in a position, you have authority and you misuse your authority, you will get fired. Bottom line. So if you're in a position where you have authority, there's going to be temptation. There's going to be temptation. You're a female officer and you see all these buff dudes that are built like the Incredible Hulk in your presence. I don't give a damn how fine he is. I don't care if he got platinum penis. You cannot mess with that dude. If you get caught with him, is he going to help you pay your bills? And same thing with these men that are messing with female inmates. If you marry in that home, if you married and got a wife, you got a family, do you really want to go home and tell your wife, oh, I got fired because they caught me banging one of the female inmates? Really? And do a snitching on them to get to the sentence reduced. All that talk to police shit and dude snitched on women. Yeah, he did. He did, Raw L. I was like, they asked for that. They asked for that because that was straight stupidity. I can't even be mad at dude because he was just being the gangster that he is. You know what I'm saying? He played the game and he played the game well. I can't be mad at him. They the stupid ones. Then y'all up here getting pregnant and tattooing this dude. Oh, bro, I can't. I really can't. I really can't. What's up, priest? Great says, I remember high school, it was well known the physical ed teacher was sleeping with the students. But he looked like Bill Bellamy. Used to be at the mall with a chair. I'm telling you, it's in a lot of people who abuse their authority when they get in certain careers. My thing is all the stuff you had to go through to even get to where you are, and you want to mess with underage people and stuff. It's just ridiculous. Yeah, but all of those females that got caught, all those female correctional, those female officers that got pregnant from that inmate, all of them are doing time. Their whole life is ruined. And my thing is, once you go to jail, that's it. I mean, you can't. Your career, everything is ruined. I mean, was it really worth all of what they had to lose? And the same thing as a male officer. Why would you want to mess with, have relations with any of these females? I don't care how good they look. I don't care if she got big assets, big tits. I don't care. She's an inmate. Go find you somebody off a back page or something like that. Don't mess with somebody in a correctional facility. I mean, if you really got to mess with females, don't mess with an inmate because she's going to tell on you. The moment she can't get what she want out of you, or she finds out you banging off other inmates, and she don't caught feelings for you, she gonna throw you under the bus. It happens all the time. Raw L mentioned it earlier. When it boiled down to it, that dude threw all of them up under the bus. That's an inmates. That's why I could never. You inmates are full of trickery. Let me tell y'all something now. Speaking of inmates, let me school y'all on something. Right? I got I got a certain relative that's incarcerated right now. They're in prison. This is just to tell y'all the type of schemes and tricks that these inmates come up with in jail. They just come up with all kind of schemes and tricks, right? So this particular person, he done been locked up for almost 11, 12 years. He's somebody, on my husband's side of the family, whatever. He like a cousin, way down, not immediate. But anyway, he got locked up. And he got locked up at the age of 17. And here in the state of Savannah, when you commit an adult crime, you commit any of the seven deadly sins, murder, um, molestation, anything, in that manner, you automatically gonna be tried as an adult at the age of 17. So what happened in his case was he committed the crime at 15. But let me tell you how slick Chatham County got. They didn't get him when he was 15 because they knew if they would have got him when he was 15, he would have been tried as a juvenile and he would have been in and out of, juvie just like that. They waited till dude got 17. He committed the offense when he was 15 now. They locked him up on his 17th birthday. That is when they came and got him. Because the law wanted to make sure that it would stick and he would be tried as an adult. So they intentionally stalled picking him up until he was 17. Okay, so anyway, he's been in jail for a little bit. Oh, what's up, Notorion? Thank you for coming in. Yep, I had to switch it up. And do it all over again. Best part about doing the teacher if you do it wrong. Yep, that's true, Mug. So he been locked up about 15. I'ma just say my nephew. He been locked up about 15, 16, 17 years, whatever. This dude has hit up everybody in the family. Now, I don't know if y'all ever dealt, I don't know if y'all have ever dealt with an inmate in jail, like a cousin or a brother. They come up with all kind of excuses for why they need money in jail. So he was hitting up everybody and making so bad they have access to get cell phones in jail. And I know that ain't nothing but officers bringing them bringing not guns, I'm gonna say guns, mobile devices and stuff in these prisons because these inmates don't have no outside access. So again, it's some officers being filed, not all of them, but everybody don't do what they supposed to do when it comes to being an officer. So he has a cell phone and he's always hitting each and everybody. It's like he's a pastor in a church and he's constantly, passing down his collection plate, begging folks for money. What's up, Azula? Every time you turn around, he's calling from the jail, talking about, I need money, I need this, I need that. Now, you done made your rounds. You done hit up your mama, you done hit up your daddy, you done hit up your sister. You done made all your rounds. That's all he does. He sits in the jail and just constantly reaches out to family, looking for family to give him money, and he collects off of each and every person within the family. So what happened was, I guess he wore out the same people. He done begged the same people too many times. So what happened, a lot of people started blocking him from being able to call, because when there's inmates calling from the prison, you can block their number and you can prevent them from calling if you want to or whatever. So what happened was, he done wore everybody out. And I was the only person who he was not able to hit up and get any money out of. You get what I'm saying? So he texts me, and I know y'all ever notice this? People in jail, when they get locked up, they ain't never talk to you when you was on the outside, but as soon as they get locked up, they call you like y'all talk every day. He up here talking about, hey, what's up, auntie? I'm like, auntie? I ain't been your auntie when you was out here and you was free and you had your freedom. When you lock up in jail, when they get locked up in jail, oh, you everything then. Oh, what's up? What's up, sis? What's up, ma? People who ain't never had nothing to do with you, soon as they get locked up in jail, they want to talk to you and be buddy and be friendly with you because now they desperate. Okay, so he hits me up, what's up, auntie? Like, we close like that. You ain't one of my close nephews, you know what I'm saying? I ain't never like rock with you like that, you know what I mean? So he was like, what's up, auntie? And he caught me off guard, and it kind of pissed me off, you know what I'm saying? Because I pick up on unknown numbers, and being that he was calling me from a cell phone and not the actual prison facility, I didn't get that operator to warn me and be like, this is a call from Dooley Correctional State Prison. Would you be willing to accept this call? Yeah, you go through that T193. Yo, I can't stand. Yo, I'm telling you, this dude called me like 9 times in 1 week. In 1 week. These inmates do not understand. We are out here still trying to pay bills. People cannot keep putting money on your books. Okay, we out here trying to survive. Where y'all at? Your rent is free. You get free meals. Okay, what they call it? 3 hots in the cot. You good. You in prison. You don't have to be out here and survive like we are. I still got to pay the light bill. I still got to pay the water bill. I still got to pay the gas bill. You're not out here. So why is you going around hitting up folks? You done war, you done burnt every bridge in the family. Everybody had to send you money. Everybody had to, you know what I mean, send you commissary, put something on your books. And if not that, you paying for phone calls, and them phone calls is expensive. I think what is $2 a minute or something like that. So anyway, let me tell you how bad of a liar he was. Tell you these inmates will come up with anything, right? So he called me like 9, 10 times in 1 week, and I'm not even lying to y'all. I wish I was lying. I'm not exaggerating. That's how much this dude kept calling me, because I was ignoring his calls. Because my thing is now, I wanted to like at least send him like some change, but then I thought about it. I said no, because if he's already running it in the ground, if I do send him money, he's not going to be content and be like, okay, she gave me some money, I'm not going to bother her for a while. He's going to keep coming back and asking and hounding me for more. Because I'm going to tell y'all the new trick that they doing in jail. I'm about to tell y'all the new scheme that these inmates are doing. Thank you, Detarion. I appreciate the $5 donation. Thank you for putting your change in my collection plate here at Mocha's Baptist Church. I appreciate it. That's what I'm saying. They got that's what pisses me off with some of these people who be locked up in jail. They act like we still don't have a life out here. It's not about y'all no more. Y'all lock up. We out here, we got to pay bills, we got to pay rent, we got to pay mortgage, all other stuff. So this let me tell you the lie. Let me tell y'all the lie he told me. Now he gonna sit up here and say, that first, they try to butter you. He tried to butter me like a biscuit at first. Oh, hey auntie, what you doing? How everything going? Ask me about everybody in my family, like he really care like that. How mom doing? How this doing? How that doing? I'm like, okay, hurry up and get to the damn movie. Don't be trying to sell me a preview. Cause I already know, you know what I'm saying? You just trying to butter me up because you about to ask for something. And sure enough, he goes in, well, can you send me 20, can you send me $30 in my cash out? Do y'all know Negroes and inmates got freaking cash out? Do y'all know that? Yeah, they be comfortable in their raw L. They ain't trying to get out. They're all right. Cause being in jail, when I realized some of them, what they like about jail is it helps them avoid responsibility. A lot of them like jail because they ain't got to be out here in the real world. They don't have to pay bills. They don't have to struggle. You know what I mean? In jail, you just chilling. You sleep, eat. You get your honey buns, your ramen noodles. You get all that all day. A lot of them like the prison lifestyle because again, it helps them to avoid responsibility. They ain't got to be out here and pay bills or anything. Yeah, they have cash app. He gives me his cash app name and tells me I could send him some money through there. And I'm like, okay, I'll holler at you later. You know what I mean? I ain't trying to, you know what I mean? So anyway, and this dude was aggressive. Even after I told him I didn't have the money. And let me tell you something, you can't promise inmates nothing. Like if you tell somebody, if somebody say, yeah, you got $20, $30, okay, catch me next week. You can't tell an inmate that because they're going to catch you next week. If you try to blow them off and you tell them, well, call me tomorrow, I ain't got it right now. They're going to call you tomorrow. Do not tell them you're going to give them money because the moment they do, they're going to hound you. And I'm telling you, inmates, they are worse than child support caseworkers. They will hound you and run you to the ground for $1. It's very frustrating. Yeah. Yeah, Victorian, they got Facebook profiles. They got Facebook and then be having the audacity to inbox women. Like I'm dumb. I don't know you an inmate. I see you got towels hanging up in the background. You got a bunk bed. You got metal bunk beds hanging up in the background of your profile picture. You got towels. You got on all white. You know what I'm saying? And you think I can't pick up on the fact that you a goddamn inmate. You think I can't see you, inmate, because the background, the walls behind you is straight brick white? You were the goddamn inmate. Golly, yeah, they have all kind of access to stuff. They have all kind of access to Facebook. They have access to mobile devices. They have cell phones and everything up in there. So this is what he tried to be slick and do. When he saw he couldn't get me to pick up my phone, what he started doing was he would text me. He would text me, and this is the lie he told me. No lie. This is the lie he told me. He said, can you please send me some money? Can you please send me $25, $30? Because I'm going to need that for my school books. Now, that's what the hell he told me in jail. Do I have stupid written on my forehead? He told me, let me see if I can find that in my phone. I'm going to see if I can still find that text, y'all. Because I got to read it to y'all. I probably deleted the thing. He said he needed money for school books in jail. That's what he told me. I'm gonna see if I can find. I'm gonna see if I can find that freaking text message. Let me see. Yeah, he said. He said this. What he said. He said, "Hey, Auntie, can you ask? I guess he wanted me to ask my husband. Can you ask Uncle so and so to send me $40 to John such and Smith? I have to get college books for this semester." That's the lie he told me, y'all. That's the lie he told me. He told me he need books for college in prison. Really? I'm telling you. Now listen, now let me tell y'all this too. This is the other thing. Let me tell you what they doing in prison. That's what I'm saying. What's up, Turf? Let me tell you what they doing in prison, y'all. What they're doing. This is the new thing that's going on. If you got cousins or family in prison, let me tell you what a new scheme they got going. Now that inmates have access to Cash App and Facebook and all this stuff, what's going on is inmates, when they owe another inmate money or they owe another inmate a favor and they don't have the money or the funds, because you know how in prison they be making these deals and they got like barter trades, like, hey, I'll give you cigarettes for honey buns, because they don't have like cash exchange. So they have to like trade in commissary and stuff like that, and canteens, okay, stuff like that. So what they're doing is, if an inmate owes somebody something, they will be slick and give that inmate your phone number. This is the new shit they doing in jail. That's what I'm telling y'all, because some of y'all don't know. What they doing is inmates is giving other inmates family numbers. For instance, let's say I'm an inmate. I'm gonna use one of y'all in here. What's up, Mr. Mad? For instance, I'm gonna just use Priest. I'm gonna use him. For instance, if me and Priest, we both lock up in jail. We both men, we both lock up in jail, right? Me and Priest, we gambled or we made a deal or something like that. And Priest was like, look, I'm gonna look out for you this one time, but you gonna owe me some cigarettes. I'm, blah, 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 whatever. I can't come up with the cigarettes or whatever. And if both of us got cash out, what I'll do is I will give him somebody in my family who I know gives me money, who I know gives me commissary. I will give, either I will have priests to contact my family, but what priest is going to do is, priest is not going to say that, oh, Mocha owes me money. He's not going to say that. What he's going to do is he's going to act like he's me and say, yo, ma, dad, I need money. Can you cash at me such and such? So what these inmates are doing, when they owe other inmates, they giving out your phone number to these inmates. And I figured something was going on, because what happened was, I already know my nephew's Cash App tag name. I know his tag name, right? So I started getting all type of text messages, y'all, from different Cash App tags. I had a text message saying the same lie. All of them was telling me the same lie, y'all. All of them were saying, I need such and such to get my school books. Now, like, I'm not damn dumb. I'm telling y'all that's what they're doing. They're doing that. They're that's the new thing. And I'm slow. I'm just kind of catching on because I don't deal with people in prison. I don't know the schemes. I don't know the tricks. I don't know. I ain't from the streets like that. So I don't know. So I'm noticing the reason why I was getting so many text messages and calls, y'all. It all wasn't from my nephew. I figured something was up because it was too many calls from him. I'm like, that dude ain't got no money like that to be able to call me 9 times a day. What happened was my nephew, he let these other inmates get a hold of my number, and what they're doing is they're exchanging numbers in prison. So you thinking if your niece, nephew, whoever text you in prison, or they contact you and say, I need such and such amount of money, I have no money, it may not be them. You may be sending money to somebody who's punking them, or somebody who they owe, and it's not necessarily them that's getting the money. That's the new trick in the jail. Turp said they even have elaborate debt owing schemes when they relate to the outside world via them. Yeah, I know you're right, Turf. A lot of that is going on because I kept getting these different hashtags. Moki, your nephew got out of impression. I don't know, because what I think is, see, he getting ready to get out of jail. He almost about to get out. Now, all this time when you've been locked up, you ain't never ever called. You only got like 5, 6 months, and you've been calling back to back to back to back. So my guess is, I think he probably got dumb and told those guys he's going to be getting out soon. And I think what it is, they're trying to punk him all the way until the end, or they're trying to trip him up, or maybe he did something stupid and let them guys know that he's getting out soon. So they put him in a position to probably where he owes them a debt. And until he pays that debt before he's released. Now, that's just my guess, because like I said, he been locked up for like 15, 16 years. He never called this much. So my thing is, I think he put himself in a bad position. You this close to getting ready to get out of jail. How come all of a sudden everybody getting these calls back to back to back? I think he got himself in a situation. That's what I think. Yeah, I had to block him because it became a bit too much. But what's going on, y'all, is it's not your brothers, it's not your nephews that's contacting you. It's other inmates. When you get a lot of calls like that, what they doing is they're exchanging phone numbers. Well, man, I don't have the money right now, but I tell you what, I'll give you my mama number. Just pretend you me and give her your cash tag. Give her your cash tag. That way the money could go on your books. That's what they're doing. So they're giving out other family members' numbers, and they being grimy, and then they ain't even telling you about it. It's a new prison hustle. So for everybody out there who don't know, be careful when you put money on the books. Because it may not be for your family. It may be for somebody who they owe money. Matter of fact, I had got several different hashtags. He had hit me. I'm reading some of the text messages that I had got. That's how I know it's different inmates, y'all. Let me tell you. Then this a different one. Now this was around Christmas. Hey, Ma, this so and so. If you can, may you cash at me $50 to this name for an early night Christmas present. I'm like, y'all are so inmates. Some of them are so goddamn dumb. Y'all don't even have good game and begging people for something. Now, this my nephew talking about, can you cash at me $50? Now, mind you, the cash app that he told me to send it to, it is not his. This one is called Hungry Money Entertainment. That's not even his. That's not even his. And then let me tell you something. How he messed up was, I had text back and I was like, well, whenever I get paid, now this was like last year now. This ain't no new stuff because I've been blocking. I said, when I get paid, I said, I'm out of money right now. The reply I got back was, he said okay. He said okay. Wait a minute. You made it seem like you was him. You made it seem like you was him. That's his cat. I'm serious as a heart attack. That's his Cash App name. Hungry Money Entertainment. That's what he said. I'm telling y'all, that's the new thing they doing in jail right now. If they send you too many different Cash Apps, I got one Cash App name. When somebody wants to donate to me, my Cash App is the same as it's always been. Why I'm gonna give y'all 5, 6 different goddamn Cash Apps? You know why? Because it's not for me. It's for other people. I never put one in my brother's books. I only once in a blue moon put money on his phone. Yeah, that exactly. So he can reach out and contact his kids. Yeah, something like that I can understand. Now where them rest of them text messages at? Okay, now let me tell y'all, this some different hashtag names. He's he said this another one. Hey, can you send me? Oh, they sent this one in January this year. That's just how much I be ignoring them. I didn't even know they sent me this. He said, hey, can you send me $50 to this Cash App for me, John 12 Smith? If so, thank you. I'm trying to get my books for this college class I'm taking to. How many times they're going to keep coming up with this damn college book lie? That's about the 20th text message I got about these inmates sitting in here talking about, I need money to get my college. Yo, I'm not in the mood for this morning. I'm serious. I can't. He said, what's up, Steve? Most of these inmates' financials will be ran by inmate getting the info and some women correct. Yeah, I believe that. It's a lot of scheming going on in these prisons, man. You can't even look out for people in jail no more. I'm telling you, they doing all kind of grimy stuff. Now, my other text message, let me see. He said, let me see. That's how I know he got different inmates texting me, y'all. That's the new scheme in these prisons. They're sending other inmates your number. And that inmate is pretending like they're your family and saying, hey, what's up, Ma? What's up, Auntie? What's up, sis? Can you send me some money to blah blah blah? Oh, let me tell y'all what this one inmate said. That's why I had to block my nephew. Let me I told him when he texted me saying he needed to get his books for college class, I told him I'm in a bad area. I'll call you back. And this what he gonna text me back. He says, okay, I'm taking a business management class. Wait a minute, I'm trying not to laugh. He said, I'm taking a business management class. Now he in prison saying he needs school books because it's I can't. Yo, I'm trying to be serious. I apologize. I'm laughing a lot this morning. I can't read these text messages with a straight face, bro. I'm having a hard time doing that. He said, I'm gonna read the other stuff. And I know they be having classes in there, but I'm not buying it. I'm not buying it. They get more free stuff in prison than we get out here. They ain't got to pay for no college books. They don't pay for none of that stuff up in there. That's a lie. That I know. They get free education up in there. Now, let me tell you what else. Let me find it. He said, okay, I'm taking business management classes. If so, just text this number and let me know when you do it. And I still didn't respond. So he texts back, whoever this random inmate is, he texts us back and he says, now this is what he says, y'all. Did you get the text and what is the verdict on it? This nigga using criminal proceedings terms. What is the verdict on it? What is the verdict on him? What's the verdict on giving him some money? The verdict is case is closed. That's what the goddamn verdict is. I'm not sending you no money. I'm telling you, These people in prison ain't something else. You can't be nice and even look out for people because they running all kind of schemes, and a lot of them not gonna be honest with you. They done made themselves. Some of them done got pimped out in these prisons, and now they got other people over them taking their money from them, taking their commissary from them. It's a whole lot of grimy stuff that's going on right now. That's what I know, Steve. They ain't paying for nothing in them prisons. My brother, okay, church says I have one better. My brother mailed me copies of his jailhouse certificate like a child's report card, as if I get. It's too early. I can't take the prison fuckery. I'm serious. I can't do these dudes in prison. They come up with all kind of ridiculous stuff, yo, to get you to send money to them. They come up with all kind of lies and schemes. He sends me a different hashtag now. He says, "Hey, Auntie, this so and so, send $40 to Champ Life for me." Now that's a different hashtag. That's not even his. Um, he kept texting back, asking me if I had the money. Then this a different person here. I can tell because it says, "Hey, Auntie," all of them auntie me to death. I'm every goddamn inmate auntie in that damn prison. My nephew, I want to strangle the hell out of him for giving my freaking number to all of these inmates in a god doggone Smith State prison. Cause all of them claiming me as their goddamn auntie, and I'm not their auntie. I'm barely want to be his goddamn auntie. "Hey, Auntie, uh, you able to send the $35 to that Quincy 219 Smith?" Now this is a different hashtag. He says, "Can you send 35 to that Quincy 219 Smith for me? It's important that I get these books by before 7:30 this afternoon. Please and thank you." So that's when he sent me that one. Let's see if I can find any more text messages. Yeah, I mean, like I said, I done figured out that's the new scheme in prison. If you getting these text messages from random cash apps, because like I said, inmates, they have cash app now. So what they're doing is they're texting other people's families, and they're pretending like they're your loved one so you can send them money. That's the new scheme. That's what they're doing. So I just want to share that with y'all. I know I'm well for subject, but I just needed to tell y'all that because this dude tried to pimp me. My own nephew thought I was that slow. You sending me all these different cash tags and stuff like that, and I done already figured out it's different inmates. And I don't know if somebody punking him. I don't know if they come up with all kinds of stuff. Like this is another thing somebody got schemed on. This is another thing that's going on in prison. I know one person got because what happened was your own family, let me tell you, your own family that's locked up in prison will try to shice you. Your own family will try to shice you. And your own family in these prisons, they will get with other inmates to shice you. Okay. And this is what I mean by that. There was another incident with somebody I knew, a friend of mine, their brother was locked up. Okay. And their brother reached out to them and said, "I have a friend here in prison. I got a guy I'm cool with in prison. He needs an outside favor." So my friend was already skeptical about it. And my friend was like, "I don't know your inmate. I don't know your friend like that." But by that person, her brother being the one asking her and bringing it to her, she thinking it's something legit. Now the scheme they pulled was his friend came on the phone and was saying, "I got family. The inmate told her that I have family. I got a father out there who left me a big inheritance before I got locked up in prison." He said, I got a father out there that left me a big inheritance. The problem is, by me being an inmate, I was not able to get the inheritance. Okay. So the scheme he told her was, um, let me know if you need a bill or something paid, because what I can do is I can get whoever has access to his father's inheritance. He said, I could get them to cover your bill for you and you just reimburse me. Now that's what he said. So what she did was she tried him. She was like, well, I need my rent paid just for the month. So the inmate was like, all right, cool, I got it. So sure enough, her rent got paid, right? She saw where it got accepted. And after that, she went ahead and when she got paid, she sent him back the money. And she thinking that he got this big time inheritance and all of that. And come to find out, the bank ended up contacting her and telling her that the person who paid the rent, it was a fake check. And see, because it was paid at that time, it looked legit. And then, matter of fact, it wasn't just the rent. She had him to pay for something else. So altogether, it was like $1,000. Come to find out, this inmate had a hookup to where they were able to make up fake checks or make up fake accounts to where they can pay something for you. And it takes almost like a week and some change for you to catch it. But by then, you done already gave them the real money. So you got to pay that money back. That's how bad it is. I'm telling you, her own brother set her up, knowing that dude was grimy. So I don't know if her brother owed the dude some cigarettes, some honey buns, or some little Debbie's. I don't know, but he used his own sister, and it's sad that you can't even look out for inmates in the jail because they'll use you. But that's beside, the point. That's a couple of things I just want to tell y'all, just in case y'all didn't know y'all got loved ones in prisons. I don't want to see none of y'all get got. I don't want to see none of y'all get bamboozled. So just be careful when it comes to these inmates because they're doing some slick mess. Now, back to the subject at hand with these females that's in these correctional facilities. You can't be a lonely woman. You can't be a desperate woman. You can't be lonely and work in a facility around a lot of men. Because again, these inmates, they're smart, they're clever. They know they can look at you. These inmates, they can look at you and tell you unattractive female. You're not used to getting no attention. So they know what to say to buddy you up. I've seen the most unattractive females lose their job. I've seen this one inmate, I mean this one prison officer. She looked like straight, trailer trash. I mean, trailer trash Becky. You can tell this dude, if he knew her in real life, he would not have even given her a chance. But because she was an officer in the facility, what he did, he worked his prison charm on her. He worked his prison charm on her. Probably was lying to her, talking to her, and saying little stuff to get her to smile and laugh and grin and all that. And as a woman, the moment you sit up there and smile, even though you in your mind you don't think it's flirting, but if you're working in a correctional facility, you're not supposed to be smiling with no inmates. That's just the God's honest truth. Send Walmart sneakers, they'll stop asking. Oh, that's a good one. Probably gambling. That's exactly what they doing. Great. They in there gambling and all that. Yeah, the nurses, any woman that works in a correctional facility. I don't care if she's an officer, nurse, if she works in the store where they pass out the snacks. You can't be lonely and desperate for attention. These inmates, they will play you. You got to realize a lot of these inmates are professional con artists. They're all career criminals. They know how to manipulate. They know how to basically mind fuck you as a female. And then, so, like I stated, some of these guys, these men, they got to be careful. and these correctional facility with these females, because if you're not getting laid regularly, if you're not getting any on the outside, and you have all of these females that are like pit bulls in heat in orange jumpsuits sitting around you and basically trying to offer, coochie on a platter, and you are thirsty, you're gonna mess with this chick and she's gonna cause you to lose your job. It happens all the time. Most of them do trying to haul at them 616. Most of them COs don't have a social life. Yeah, a lot of these females, a lot of these documentaries I have been watching, females kept saying the same thing. He made me laugh. He made me laugh. That's how you get got. All it takes is good conversation. If a man has good game and good dialogue, I don't care how strong and independent you claim you are as a woman, he will have you melting in his hands like M&Ms. So save all these "I'm a strong, independent woman" speech, because the thing about it is, if he catch you at a vulnerable moment and he know you don't have a man, he see you don't have no ring on your finger, he see you coming in looking sad some days, because some women, they're not even good at covering their emotions. They go to work looking like they down. They go to work acting like something wrong with them. Like, I have a girlfriend, she's a counselor at one of the prisons, and her husband actually had like a little argument or something that morning, and she went to work, and you could tell she went to work the next day, and she that same day, and she was feeling a little down, but mm, she wasn't complaining, she wasn't moping, but an inmate peeped it right away. She tells me, she says, as soon as I went to work, I'm at my desk, one of my regular inmates says, "Miss So and so, you don't look like yourself today, what's wrong with you?" And she was like, "No, I'm fine." He said, "No, no, no, you're not your bubbly self. Somebody made you upset." Now, see, as a woman, you have to be careful, because these inmates, they will act like they are concerned. And it's all part of the game. Just that quick, he was able to detect that my friend had a bad day. I agree. And priest, great. Y'all are saying y'all on point. Great says they're going to break eventually. They together for years, and he's going to chip away at her. Exactly. Women are thirsty like men, but hide it. Yeah, yeah. I can't lie about that. It's a lot of sisters getting thirsty. It's more women in the league of thirstiness than there are men. I hate to say it, but it is what it is. We have a thirsty population of women. The thirsty population in women has outgrown the thirsty population in men. It's just a God's honest truth. It is what it is. We have a lot of thirsty females. Um, they spot a sucker. That's my you can't work in them type of facilities, yo, and you vulnerable like that. I will put our piece with them every time. I don't care if a woman is ghetto. I mean, you just can't, I don't care. Independence, being independent is separate. That has nothing to do with your emotions as a woman. Independent just means you got your own materialistic stuff. You got your own property. But that got nothing to do with, at the end of the day, as a woman, you want to be desired. Even the ugliest woman wants to be desired. Even a prostitute on Facebook, on Backpage, she's going to get tired of dudes banging her in and out. She eventually is going to want somebody to desire her. And we as women, we can't stand not being desired. That's why Aisha Curry made the statement she made. I wish I can get the attention my husband got. We can't stand not being desired, because it's sad, but sometimes when your self-esteem is so low, you can only find validation by being desired. But the scary part, what a lot of women don't understand, is you better be careful wanting to be desired, because once a man, especially if he's a no good dude, he's able to channel in on the fact that you want to be desired. All he has to do is pretend that he desires you, and in your mind, you thinking he really desires you because you so badly want to be desired. You'll take him up on offer when really it's all about just conquering you for that moment. They don't, a man don't have, that man at that point in time don't have any solid plans. He just knows you want to be desired, and being that he has an immediate need at that moment, of course he's going to cater to it. So as women, we have to be careful, not allowing your need to of being desired to transition into desperation, to the point that as soon as any man gives you attention, you know, you quick to fall apart like putty. You lose all your common sense. You don't keep your guard up, you know, and next thing you notice, you butt naked in Motel 6 somewhere, and you wonder, how the hell did I get there? You got there because you was desperate. You let this dude know the combination to your desperation, and he played you on it, and you really can't get mad with him. I mean, it's game, it's game. It's no different than you being a man and you letting a woman know how much money you got. You flashing all your money because you want a woman to desire you, and you know women like money, so you up here to flashing all your money, making it look like you got this and you got that. When you flashing how much you got as a man, you think you're not going to attract a gold digger? You up here posting on Facebook how many cars you got. You up here posting you a truck driver, how much money you make a week. Or that, all of that's nothing but uh uh flashing signals to a gold digger looking for a man that she can use. You know, so I mean, that's the thing about it. You put yourself out there like that, um, you put yourself in a position of where you can get played, you get cheated. So um be careful as a man and as a woman. I see men, because y'all do it too. Y'all like to flash all y'all money and talk about, I really don't even think men even need to display what kind of job they got on social media, because a woman knows you a truck driver, she know you making good money, she gonna target you. She don't need to know what you do for a living. Now if y'all going out on a date and y'all meeting each other face to face, and she so happen asks you over a date, okay, well, what do you do for a living, and you tell her, that's different. But you don't need to be sitting up here posting what you do for a living and how much money you make, because you making yourself a thought target. You're gonna have thoughts that are going to target you for what they think you got. And you can't get mad, because it's women out there, they trying to make a hustle too. No different than being a woman. You want to sit up there and advertise all your assets. You can't get mad when dudes are inboxing you dick pics and trying to hit on you and telling you find you sexy. How you gonna get offended by that? You advertising assets, sis. That's contradictory for you to get in your feelings and for you to get mad. Oh, I don't like being disrespected. Don't be sending me dick pics. Well, stop advertising your assets. You the one out here advertising like you not getting enough of it. So he's just replying to your ad like any good consumer would. Yeah, it's a lot. It's a lot of us, as women, a lot of us, we got issues, a lot of us are lacking low self-esteem, and again, when it comes to these prison facilities, I advise you as a woman, if you're working in a correctional facility, you're a nurse, you're an officer, and all of that, you know, if you're a woman that's thinking about working in a correctional facility, do not work in these type of places unless you know you are strong, because the moment these inmates sense you are thirsty, they sense you are vulnerable, they are going to try you. I've seen there was one episode I seen on Snap where this white female, she was a female correctional officer, and what happened was she ended up bonding with one of the inmates there. And him and her started seeing each other. And of course, the word got around, because nobody in prison keeps a secret. Nobody in prison knows how to keep their mouth closed. It's either going to be another officer that's going to snitch on you, or it's going to be another inmate that's going to snitch on you. So it was brought to her sergeant's attention that she was messing with the inmates. So they fired her. And what happened was, she still had to find another way to contact the inmate, so somehow, some way, they rigged up a plan to where she knew he had to go to court a certain specific day. So what she did was she went to the prison, and like when inmates are coming out of their jail cell, and they're going from the jail and going into the transport van, where the van takes them to the court. And they made up some type of plan because she knew what time his court date was, and she knew how many officers were going to be there. So they had the plan, so they thought, on lock. And what happened was she pulled up to the prison, and somehow, some way, the plan just went left. Um, she ended up shooting two of the officers. One of them died, and make it so bad, the officer that died was one of the ones that she really got along with when she was there, and she helped him to escape the prison. She helped him to escape. So him or her went on a run for like a couple of days. My thing is, how people think when you escape from prison, how long you think you're going to be able to survive out there? They couldn't go anywhere because, for one, his face was all over the news. So you can't even go on 7-Eleven to get you an icy Slurpee without somebody recognizing your goddamn face, because you're all over CNN. They were basically on the run, him and her. And when you don't have a lot of money and you are on the run from the law, that's not a good combination, because you're going to get caught eventually. I do not understand why people think they could escape these prisons, and you run out there and think you're not going to get caught. Something's going to happen. You're going to run out of gas. Your car going to break down. You're going to run out of money. Eventually, you're going to need somewhere to sleep. You rent a hotel. Matter of fact, that's how they got caught. I just remember they got caught when they went to go rent a hotel, and the hotel owner recognized their freaking face, and he called the authorities and got them turned in. What's up, just my 4 cents? Hey, Rep, how are you? Two of my childhood homeboys married women in prison. One got fired from her job, and they found out that she married an inmate. Oh my goodness. This goes on all the time. That's why I'm doing this content. I know everybody in here knows this is real. This happens all of the time. Females are losing their job in law enforcement, messing with inmates. I don't get it. Okay, correct. Our lead gossip girls are also inordinate amount of respect for so-called against that attribute. It's just messy. It's a lot of corruption in the prison facilities. With inmates are shady, some of the officers are shady. They're eventually gonna throw you up under the bus. But that's what happened. She already lost her job as a female officer. They fired her. She was so determined. He called her from the jail. Now this is even after they fired her. He called her from the jail, and he was basically grilling her, hounding her, and telling her, if you love me, you will do this for me. You will help me escape this prison. You will help me escape this jail. You ain't loyal. You ain't no loyal woman. He made her feel so bad. Now, this is after she lost her job because of him. And she was no longer in a facility to be able to accommodate him. He contacted her on her phone, on her house phone, after she done lost her job, and told her, if you was a real woman, if you really loved me, you really cared about me, you would be helping me escape from out this prison. And she helped him do it. This was a white woman. She helped him do it. And now both of them lock up in jail. So what was the point in that? Neither one of them had no more sense than the other. Both of them locked up. I do work for a major city's prison system. You'll be amazed at the crap I see. I could only imagine, just my 4 cents. Because there's a lot of griminess in these prison facilities. A lot of these female officers are having relations. First of all, to me, just being a woman, I can never, well, I'll put it this way. I would pray that I would never stoop that low to where I got dudes in the prison facility banging me in a goddamn janitor closet near some damn dirty ass rooms and some damn dusty ass, wet mildew smelling mops. I'm not about to bang no inmate in no damn janitor closet. I'm not about to bang you nowhere in no prison facility because you got to be sleeping with them in these janitor closets because you can't take them out to jail and go rent a room or anything like that. So you mean to tell me as a female officer, you willing to risk your job by letting the inmate bang you in a janitor closet with a wet mop in a dusty ass room? Really? They do. I believe that just my 4 cents. It's sad, but a lot of us, unfortunately, as Black women, we have reached a new low. Not all Black women are doing it. It's just the ones that have low self-esteem that are desperate. You don't need to be working in these facilities, and you know you're desperate like that. How you gonna sit up there and pull and pull off your? My thing is, being in the police academy, it took me almost got doggone 30 minutes just to put my doggone holster on my damn pants. That was the most sickening part about being in the police academy was when I had to put that holster on. The holster took me 30 minutes to put it on. Cause you got to snap the back, you got to snap two to the back, snap two to the front. I hated going to the bathroom because I had to take that whole holster off to go to the bathroom. Then I had to put it back on to go to the bathroom. So my thing is, you took off your whole holster and you pulled down your officer pants to let some dude, an inmate, bang you from the back, like in a janitor closet. I'm like, you know what I mean? That's just the most degrading thing a female could do to where you that desperate. You willing to let an inmate make you lose your paycheck over penis. Bruh. That's what I'm saying. And it's hard becoming a police officer. I've been in the police academy for doggone 7, 8 weeks. It's a lot of work. The stuff that people have to go through to become a police officer is not worth you losing your career by doing something stupid. You cannot be what is it's a word that's called I know y'all know the word. When you can't be mixing with people on the job, I can't think of it. Oh my gosh, I'm having a brain freeze. It's the word where you can't be fraternizing. I think that's what it's called. I think it's called fraternizing. Correct me if I'm wrong. You can't be doing that, especially as a law enforcement officer, because you have an authority. You have an authority, you have a position. And a lot of these departments, let me tell you something. Believe it or not, I don't care how much you see on TV with all type of officers that you feel like are getting away with all kind of stuff. A lot of these departments, they're not playing that. The moment they catch you doing something corrupt, they get rid of you because they cannot take a chance with their department being infiltrated based on your negligence and disregard for the law. Because what happens is if they let one officer get away with doing it, then there's going to be other officers that's going to do it. And next thing you notice, corruption was spread like cancer within these correctional facilities. A lot of these correctional facilities, these prison systems, they're not tolerating that immoral behavior. They're not going to let it slide. They will terminate you and they will make it hard for you to get a job in any type of prison facility. I don't care where you go. It's going to always come back to haunt you and follow you. You cannot do that. So don't think because you have a badge and you have all type of authority. What's up, James? Good to see you. You can't get away with doing stuff like that. Somebody's going to blow the whistle on you. Somebody is going to blow the whistle. Everybody is not going to keep their mouth closed. Like I said, in a prison facility, it's two people you got to watch out for when you fraternize with these inmates. it's two people, it's two types of people that's gonna burn you. It's gonna be another officer or another inmate. One of them gonna blow the whistle on you. And if y'all are sneaking and creeping and people are seeing y'all doing that, you think it's not gonna get out? Uh, oh shoot. 267. Who the hell you telling? Who you telling? It's curtains. It's over. If you don't have the complexion for the connection, you out of there. They not playing with you. Like for instance, there was these two female officers. This what they were doing, right? Both of them had been in the law, been in the on the been in enforcement for years. These women, they practically, like I said, they were solid officers, been with that department for years. So, of course, they had a lot going for them. What they did was they was part of the recruiting, the hiring process, right? And this is what they messed up. What they were doing was they was changing the test scores for certain individuals that were applying to become officers. And they was changing the test scores and making them higher um to make them qualified to become officers. Well, somebody blew the whistle, and the only thing I can tell you is they're not officers anymore. And these are women who've been in law enforcement for maybe like 20, 25 years, something like that. I mean, long time. And it's not the law enforcement fault. You already know when you are a certain color or you a certain gender, you cannot get away with certain stuff. You just can't. You're going to be penalized more harshly. It's just not going to happen. But then again, you really can't get mad at law enforcement. They put themselves in that position. Why is you helping people get in law enforcement by changing their test scores? We cannot afford to have crazy people who are dumb as hell with a gun and with a damn badge. Why would you alter people information where they could come in and we have to deal with this corruption on the streets? Why would you do that? They're supposed to follow a proper protocol. That's not good. You letting anybody just get in there because you altering and changing their scores? No, you don't do that. We can't have these kind of people on the street, in the street, arresting folks and don't know how to read and don't know how to write. Is y'all serious? Giving you a ticket for the wrong thing and all kind of stuff, charging you with the wrong stuff because they don't know the law, they don't have no knowledge. No, you don't do that. They got to get in the regular way like everybody else. There ain't no changing no test scores or sneaking and getting people in. You can't do that. I just have to go around and do diabetic medications through the night. I saw it with my own eyes. An inmate, Philippa nurse, very familiar with her body, like he got it already. I know what happens. I know what happens. It happens. This is a problem in Rikers Island. Oh yeah, Rikers Island is off the chain. I've watched a lot of documentaries on Rikers Island. A guy wrote a book about it. If he was on the Breakfast Club. I'm sure it's a lot that goes on in these prisons. It's a lot of corruption. It's a lot of inmates that are sleeping with officers and vice versa. They had to let go of. Let me see. It's been a couple of stories. A lot of officers have lost their job just messing, just fraternizing and having sexual relations with other inmates. They found out that there was this one particular sergeant. He was sleeping with half of the female inmates because he was working at an all female correctional facility. There there was not even any men where he was working at, and he was banging half of those inmates. They don't have access to the things that you have access to in the outside world. Things that me and you take for granted, they don't have that. You can go to your refrigerator if you want something cold to drink. You can go to your car if you want to crank up your car and just go get you a chicken sandwich from Chick-fil-A. Just simple things that we're able to do, they can't do that. And you have a lot of sexually frustrated men and women, that don't know how to keep their hormones in control. They don't know how to keep their hormones in control. And when you look back and reflect on your life and realize all of what you have lost, it's really not worth it. Like I mentioned earlier, I was in a police academy a couple of months ago, and we there was a good female officer. She lost her she lost her chances of becoming a certified officer because the agency she was working at, they found out she had been dealing with an inmate. And these inmates, they don't have a problem snitching on you because they have nothing to lose. If I'm going to do 40, 50 years, I don't have nothing to lose throwing your ass up under the goddamn bus. Common sense. What they got to lose? They have nothing to lose. You have everything to lose. Officers caught. What do they have to lose? You the one that's going to face the embarrassment. You the one that's going to have to face the embarrassment. You the one, they're going to have your face all over the news. Your whole department, you're going to embarrass your whole department, shame the whole department that you represent. And like I said, an officer being caught doing corrupted things is as bad as a soldier that's been given dishonorable discharge. It's not a good look. It will forever follow you. You will never get a job. McDonald's won't even hire you because it doesn't look good when, as an officer, you lost your freaking career messing with an inmate that can't even help you, can't even have your back, you know what I'm saying, when you get caught in that type of position. I don't understand. And it's black and it's white women doing it. Both of them. These men get into their heads and the inmates, because like I said, some of these inmates, these guys, they look good. They do. They look good. Said they be buff, doing all those push-ups and sit-ups or pushing them weights in the rec yard. And God forbid, if you a man and you got a wife at home and you done got caught in that type of scandal, OMG. What you look like going home and telling your wife, oh, I done lost my job because I got caught banging one of the inmates. You got to face that embarrassment. This one happened recently. Texas corrections officer accused of having sex with multiple inmates. What? Oh, really? I mean, and make it so bad. She's an attractive white female, but she was not with one. She was with several, and she's 27 years old. Named Sinead Nicole Hagan. Texas corrections officer charged for sexual relations with an inmate was reportedly caught on camera having sex with another person in detention. The X-rated video surfaced as Texas Rangers investigated Hagan for her relationship with another inmate. That's what I'm saying. All these female officers getting caught having sexual relations with inmates. What's up, Silks? How's it going? That's what I'm saying. They getting pregnant by dudes. First of all, great. This is my issue with that. The way some of these brothers get down in prison, why would you feel comfortable going in a raw with any of them? Let's be for real. We know what goes on. I wouldn't even feel comfortable leaving myself open to that. She was with you when she admitted that. Let's see what I missed up here. Yeah, I updated a few female COs that are underlying ratchets after I had to counsel her into admitting that she had prior interaction with me. I believe that. I believe it. It's a lot of ratchet. I know a few females that I knew was just ratchet on a regular who became officers. For the life of me, I don't know. But I'm like, that's the main one. Soon as one of them inmates hit on her, she gonna go for it. So a lot of you cannot be an officer and go into up in these correctional facilities, checking out these men, letting these men, these inmates manipulate you, spit game on you, and it won't be their fault. That'll be your fault because, like I said, these inmates, they got all day to study you. They got all day to watch you. They study you, they watch you, because they got nothing but time on their hands. It just happens way too frequently. And the thing about it is, y'all see examples all day long what happens to these women when they get involved in corruption. It's just like I said, from personal experience, I know the hell I went through in the police academy. It was eight, it was 8 gruesome weeks of hard work. Becoming an officer is not like a regular job. It's a lot of stuff you got to go through. I had to get my background check. Um, like I said, I had to get a house interview. They came and interviewed me at my house. It's a lot that you go through when you're trying to become a police officer. So my thing is when I see these men or these women of the badge who get caught in all type of scandals, um, first thing I'm thinking is, damn, you know what I'm saying? Why would you go through all that? If you're gonna mess up, it's better to mess up not being an officer. You don't make these type of decisions once you get a badge. Once you start working, once you get employed with the blue, you cannot have any type of corruption. You can't. You cannot do it because it's gonna follow you and haunt you for the rest of your days. Um, it's just you can't. Yeah, exactly. Rep says if you have low self-esteem and work there, you just walk the lion's den. That is basically my whole point. You cannot go as a black woman, as a woman, period. You can't go and work in these correctional facilities and you thirsty or you love attention because you're going to get caught up. You're going to get caught up. I've seen women who wasn't even thoughtish like that. I know some women who was real, they was cool women, you know. But when you vulnerable, they know how to channel into your emotion. Women, we are emotional creatures by nature. So when you're already vulnerable and you're already not feeling worthy, it don't take much for a man to get into your head. And when you already feeling like, you really can't do better or you really can't have better. It's a lot of lonely women out here. Even with all your independency, that don't mean you're not lonely. I don't care if you got your own car, your own house. That doesn't mean nothing. It's a lot of us as women. We have to stop putting ourselves in positions where we become so vulnerable that we become desperate. And once you become desperate, that is when these guys, some of these dudes, will channel in on your emotions. And if you are not wise and you lack discernment, while you think a man is into you, he's not into you. What it is, he's using his game to get whatever he can get out of you. And I really can't blame the man for it because you, as a grown woman, you ought to know better. You ought to know the difference between when a man is really interested in you or if a man has an agenda. We can't sit up here and say, well, he tricked me, he played me. No, you played yourself. And this is how it is. You know what I mean? We're getting too grown as men and women to make excuses. And the same thing with men sometimes, because men at times y'all can kind of be vulnerable creatures when it comes to women that are so quick to offer sex. Every opportunity ain't meant to be taken. But anyway, y'all, I'm gonna go ahead and shut this down because I'm getting calls and all of that. But anyway, I appreciate all of y'all for coming in. I appreciate the support. I appreciate the donations. And make sure you hit the notification bell so my next upload you will not miss out, y'all. Okay, because I'm getting all kind of calls. So I know I'm gonna have to shut this down because I'm gonna keep getting interrupted. But anyway, I appreciate the love, the support, the positive energy. And again, y'all, I appreciate y'all. This is your girl, Lady Mocha. I'm gonna always pour you a cup of truth, and I will always break you off a slice of knowledge. And until next time, y'all be blessed. No stress. Take care. I'm out.